so what we're going to do today is we're actually going to test gold in front of you and weigh and evaluate it, just so you know how I do the pricing here at goldbay.com. A woman just brought in some jewelry. We looked at it under the loop and we looked for a stamp just to see what the carat value of jewelry is. Now what we're looking for with the carat value is that when you get a piece of jewelry, it's not gold. It's actually a gold alloy. So 14 karat gold, and this is stamped 14K, means that it's 14 parts of gold and 10 parts of everything else. Pure gold is 24 parts, or 24 karat gold is 100% pure gold. So 14 karat is 58% gold, and then 42% everything else. So we know that that's 14 karat. This part is a little pendant, has a couple of stones in it, and it doesn't actually have a mark on it, so we're going to test that in a minute, and so we're going to put that down on the glass. Next thing we look at is this one. It's 14 karat as well, so we can put that in the pile for 14 karat. This one's 10 karat. So 10 karat gold is the lowest common carat gold jewelry available in the United States, and it's 41% pure. And so we finally have a chain. And the chain is marked 14 karat. So we have one piece of jewelry or gold alloy that is an unknown carat value. So we're going to test that by, we take a little scratch on our little piece of glass. And then what we do is we do an acid test. And we always start with 10 karat acid. And we run it across the streak that we just laid down, and we watch for the streak to either be discolored or to dissolve. And the 10 karat acid in this case is not doing anything. So we're going to go to the next carat value, which is 14. Again, we watch for the streak to dissolve or disappear. Nothing's happening. So we know that it's at least 14 karat. Next we go to 18 karat. And you can see immediately with the 18 karat acid, the streak dissolved immediately. So we know then that this piece of jewelry is the next step down from what we just tested. So again, this is a 14 karat ring. Now this is nitric and hydrochloric acid combination, so it will yellow your fingers and eat your skin. So I always want to clean off my glass afterwards. So then the next thing we do is we weigh our gold. We have the 14 karat in one pile. I use grams because grams is just an easy measurement that people understand. Most people don't understand penny weight, but we'll explain that in a second. So what we have here is we have 24.87 grams of 14 karat. We have 1.66 grams of 10 karat, and then what we do is we figure out the value of what we're going to pay for this. In its current form, there really is no marketable value for it. There's just so much scrap jewelry coming in on the market that people say, well, why didn't you save it, and why didn't you just try and sell it, retail it and stuff. And it's just, you don't want to hang on to it with the gold market doing this. In fact, today gold is down 30 bucks, which is 2%. We actually want to refine this back into pure gold bars, which are marketable anywhere. So the next thing we do is we grab our calculator and we look at the price of gold. So I click on my little thingamajigger here. It's called a galaxy. See, the gold is down 32.70 to 1,560 bucks. Now I pay 73% of spot for the actual gold content. A lot of other buyers, they either don't tell you what they're paying, they have some weird formulas. We'll talk about that again in a second, just to kind of educate you how other people do it. So 1,562 times 0.73 gives us $1,140 for the gold. We then divide that by 31.1 to give us price per gram of pure gold, which is $36.66. So I always write that in the upper corner of my card where I'm doing quotes. Now, being that 58% pure gold is 14 karat, I multiply the 36.66 times 0.583, gives me 21.26 per gram as the gold is weighed, as this alloy is weighed. So 21.26 times 24.87. It's $529. I always round it up. We then take the 36.66 times 0.416, which is 10 karat gold, $15.40 a gram, times 1.66, 25 bucks. So this pile of jewelry right here is $555. And that's it. And I weigh everything in front of people. I test it in front of everybody. I take stones out right in front of you if you want your stones returned. So now let's talk a little bit about how other buyers have been doing business, which is something I find odd, but most places will actually grab your stuff, they'll take it into a back room, you don't get to see what they're doing with it, you don't get to see the testing. They'll come out, they'll give you a card that has a price on the back, and they say this is what we'll give you. And they don't break it down for you, they don't tell you what they're paying you, they just make an offer, and a lot of times people are taking that offer without knowing completely what they're getting for their gold. Well, it's your gold, it's your money, don't you want the most money? You would think that you would want to shop around a little bit if that's what's happening. The other thing that's happening is that this is a little more complex, but online, some of the gold buying companies are saying what they're paying per gram on a graduated scale, which is a very common thing because 10 karat gold is 41% pure, 14 karat is 58% pure, 18 karat is 75% pure. So they have an increasing amount of dollars per gram for each particular different carat value. But the thing that they don't tell you that they're doing is they're basing that price only on the gold content, not the weight of the alloyed item. When I price it out, I actually give you a price of the alloyed item per gram, not just the gold content. So when you actually compare apples to apples, if I paid $200 for this ring, a lot of the other buyers online are actually paying about $120. And it's a real simple formula. And what we'll do is I'll make up a chart that I'll add to the end of this video to show you how they're doing that. So that's about it. If there's any questions, you can email us, give us a call. See you online.